Doing my one load of laundry a day. I think I've been doing one load of laundry a day, maybe the first year into my marriage or the second year, and I've been trying to be consistent at it, but since having a child, obviously there's more laundry, and I've noticed my washing machine is not as big as I thought. I always knew it was small, and I always thought it's so stupid that we bought a smaller washing machine, because now I'm going to be having children, and then, I don't know, it was a bit stupid of a purchase, but that was us being first married and just, I should have got the size up. Don't know why. Today, I actually wanted to take you along in my to-do list today, and I have a few things to do. Actually, to be honest, I have a lot of things to do. I'm trying to work out what I need to cull from my life at the moment, because I'm finding that I have too much to do. That's on me in some parts, and that's also just having to be wise and reshift my schedule a bit. I have, as Michael says, I have a lot of buckets, and I have filled too many buckets, I would say. Today I wanted to talk about things that Michael and I have been implementing within our parenting already. Now we have a baby, and maybe some people think you can't parent a baby, you have to wait to parent them until they're, I don't know, a toddler, or they're starting to do tantrums or things like that. So this is how we have been parenting our baby. We have a 9-month-old, and we have been parenting our baby since he was a newborn. Parenting is basically one conscious decision at a time, and they're always small decisions. And small decisions add up to be the way you parent. You're always making decisions, right? At every step and everything you do, and what you want your baby or your child to be like in the future. Last weekend I was at church, and one of the pastors were preaching, and she was saying that she gets asked a lot of the time, what did she do to raise her children? When it came down to it, she said that her parenting style was fostering a moral heart. And I thought that was brilliant. In my mind now, I'm going to be thinking, is this small decision for my child fostering a moral heart? And if we do that, then we're winning at parenting, right? There are small things that we need to teach our children, like how a home functions, how we want them to function in the home. I'll share with you things that we have taught Micah in the last 9 months that have worked really well. Something that I have kept in my mind is whatever you allow now won't magically change in the future. I have found they don't grow out of behaviors, they learn behaviors and they grow and get worse. I want to be able to teach him something now and not train it out of him later. Something that has helped me with, I guess, parenting and motherhood, having a mindset of, has that worked? Does it work for our family right now? If not, how can we change it? And what are the steps moving forward to change that? Sorry, my love. We just put Micah back into his bedroom after him having to come into our bedroom for a couple months. And I stupidly put him in his bedroom when I'm filming a video for the first time, and he's not used to that room now because he was out of it for so long, and so he didn't sleep very long. Hello, my little one. Oh, I'm sorry. I just left you. I thought you might go back to sleep. Or some wanky. Okay. Here you go. Micah is playing just down there while I'm going to finish folding. These are all the clothes that majority of them are Michael's. He tends to make a pile of clothes that aren't dirty yet. And he was going to put these away, but I thought I might sit here and fold them and put them away. Something we started when Micah started eating food, like eating solids. Michael is Filipino, and there's a word. The word is walana, which means all done or all finished. We knew that when we were teaching him what food is like and eating food for the first time, we wanted to have something we would say, and we want to also teach him Tagalog, like bits of Tagalog, so he has that part of him, even though he's only a quarter Filipino and he's 3/4 Australian. Oh, he's got a bit of Welsh in him too. Yeah, so we want to teach him like little words and stuff like that, and one of them is walana, and we say that after he has finished his food. Now, I got this from my stepmom when she was feeding my youngest sister food. She would say walana, and I remembered her saying that, so then I thought, oh, I'd say it with Micah because obviously Micah is also got some Filipino in him as well. We thought when we say walana, we won't give him one more bite, we won't give him anything else. There's like no if, buts or maybes. It means completely finished. Kitchen's closed, no matter if you are hungry or not. So we're very delicate when we say that word. We make sure he's completely done, hopefully completely full. This is just to prevent, to know that he won't get more food later. So that will help him to know that this is it. This is all the food that we are giving him. You're eating with everyone and you're not getting your own special meal later because you didn't eat with us. That's kind of the premise around that. We have started doing that word, and it'll be really cool to see it when it pays off. I think he understands when we say that he's done, because he starts to like move and feel like he's wanting to get out of his chair when we say it, but we'll see how it goes later on. Something that we have implemented early on in his life to help later on the struggles of toddlerhood. When we were teaching him to brush his teeth, now obviously he's not brushing his teeth by himself. We brush his teeth first and then we'll give him a go, and really he's just like kind of like gnawing on the toothbrush. He doesn't really know how to do it, but he's trying to mimic and copy us. That's also something we do. We brush our teeth at the same time as him, even though it's kind of like frustrating to do sometimes. We make sure we do that as often as we can so that he sees how you're meant to brush your teeth, because babies, after all, everything they learn is from watching us. There's something we say to stop the, I guess, power struggles, and to get him to know that this is what happens first and there's no crying about it. We say mummy first or dada first, and at first he didn't like that. He just wanted to grab it and brush his teeth and put it in his mouth, and we were like, no, mummy first. And soon he got the hang of it and he realized, oh, okay, I've got to wait for my parents to brush my teeth first. Then after that, I get to hold the toothbrush and do whatever I want and try and brush my teeth. It's been working really well. He stopped crying probably a couple of days, or maybe like consistently. We noticed he would put his arms down and not reach for it. He would just let us brush his teeth. That has been very helpful. I also implemented is when I take the toothbrush from him after he's finished brushing his teeth, and we do this with his spoon or with anything that we take from him, we say thank you and we wait for him to put it on our hands, and we don't snatch it from him. Sometimes I'm really bad and I get impatient and I just grab it out of like habit or like not even thinking, and I'm like, oh no, Bridie, you gotta wait, and I'm like, hurry up, just hand it to me. And then eventually he drops it and then grab it from him. Now he's really good at just giving it to us and we put it back and there's no tears, and he's great at it. So that has been really good too. Just communicating with him, we have found that he's picked things up, and it's really, really cool to see that it's working. So all these little decisions now, we hope, and I can very well see that it's working now, but we hope that it will just build and we will be able to easily have less power struggles later on. Hey Micah, where are you going, Micah? Going to explore somewhere else, hey? Bye! Oh golly, he's probably gonna go into the bathroom. I keep forgetting to shut that door. There's a tap behind the toilet that he likes going to, and he likes going to the toilet bin, so I've got to find a new spot for that bin, but I don't know how to prevent him from going to the tap. So we've been trying to shut the door. I think that's Where are you going, Micah? Going to make, well, I already made a loaf of bread. I took it out already. I already made a loaf of bread yesterday and I didn't want to cook it that day, so I just popped it in the fridge and I'm going to pop it in the oven today. Today I actually want to make it a seeded loaf on the outside just to see how it turns out, because I want to have more seeds and stuff like that. Door slammed. So I'm going to pop this in the Dutch oven into the oven, and I'm just going to preheat it for about 30 minutes and then I'll do the loaf. One thing that we have done to parent our baby, we started by letting him have time where he doesn't see his mom or where he doesn't see his dad, where he's just by himself, so that he doesn't panic later on when he's by himself. So this is another word is called having their quiet time. So I wanted to implement quiet time because I knew that I didn't want him to be pulling at my pants all the time. You're like, Mom, play with me. I wanted him to know that he has to have quiet time too, because Mom isn't always going to be there to play with him all the time. I also need quiet time too, so sometimes I will take that opportunity when he's having his quiet time to read the Bible or do something like that. From the very beginning we started quiet time, and quiet time for a newborn looked like leaving them underneath the mobile and they're looking up at the mobile, and that's their quiet time. I'm not next to them, I'm probably in the kitchen, I'm still kind of in the room, but I'm not hovering over them, I guess. That's something that we made the decision to do very early on, and we were conscious to implement this and keep it going, because we knew that it will increase and get longer and he will enjoy being by himself and exploring. And this actually helps facilitate him to have great concentration, and that's something that I really value to have. I want him to have the ability to be concentrating on tasks and never giving up, think on his own and not me think for him. And so all these things add up to him having his alone time and quiet time, because then that's when his brain starts to switch on and his imagination starts to switch on. He will succeed and do well at things. And that's something that I learnt in homeschooling as well, to be able to think for myself, and that's what I want him to do. All in all, what I would do, especially when he wouldn't know how to crawl or sit, I would just put him on his tummy or on his back, but most of the time I put him on his tummy because he liked his tummy, not his back, which in hindsight for the next baby I think I might do 50-50, not like majority his tummy, because I just kept putting on his tummy and now he hates the change table because it's on his back. So yes, so now he is able to play by himself for a very long time, and that's not because like I'm just leaving him, sorry, he's a baby toys. He's actually so content playing by himself, which is really sweet. I'm able to get some things done, and then usually what I do is I'll play with him first, fill his cup up so he feels like he's spent time with mum, he's enjoyed being with me, and then I'll just let him play for a while until I notice he's like, oh, I'm kind of done playing by myself now, or whenever I'm finished my task, then I will be with him again. Usually that will be like meal time, having lunch. I have noticed a great difference. When they're a newborn, it's actually a great idea to put a book in front of them so that they're looking at the book and not always looking at you. So if you notice in the newborn days, they're always looking for where you are. And that's just obviously a natural instinct. But to help him to learn to have quiet time, I would put a book in front of him so he would not always be looking at mama, but looking at what was in front of him. And that was helpful for when he was in the same room, but still having his quiet time. I'm going to get this dough out, put it on some baking paper. I forgot the olive oil. Something that we have been implementing recently, not forgetting to make moments teachable. Children love learning, and even babies love learning, and we have been focusing on this a bit more now that he is starting to show interest in things, and more so like leaning towards things and really intently looking at things. From 8 months, they actually start to learn when you point at things. The more we point to things and name what we're doing, the more he's learning and taking in. His focus is much longer than it was in the earlier days. I have found that he has really enjoyed watching me make things and bake things, whereas early on he needed a toy or something in his hand, but now he has been intently watching what I am doing to learn what I'm doing. So in those moments when I see him intently watching, I think, okay, how can I teach him what I'm doing right now? This is actually really interesting for him, so why don't I use this as a teachable moment? All these things that we have been doing have not come straight away, and we have not been perfect with them. but we're just making sure to think about them and add them as we go. So don't feel bad if you haven't done something that I have done or that you think you should. It's been working for us and we're just doing them because they are working for our family. Whenever we hear a new thing to implement, we try our best to implement it. It is so easy to get mum guilt and think, am I doing enough? Am I a good enough mum? Just know that you're doing a great job, and it's a hard thing being a mum, and we're always learning. We can always change as we go. He's loving exploring through those baskets. Hi, darling. You having fun? Yeah. I'm just talking about you. Yeah. Sometimes I like to look at him and smile at him, but yeah. But the best I can, I try and let him be in this moment and not interrupt him, because that's when he learns the best. I don't want to always be breaking his concentration. But sometimes he's so cute, I just want to say hi to him. Something I've been doing, and it's a really simple one, is explaining what I'm doing before I go and do it. So it teaches Michael to know why I am walking away. Why is mummy walking away? I say, mummy is going to go do this, and you're going to play for 5 minutes, so that he knows, okay, when mummy is done, then she'll come back and we can play. It just gives him an idea of timeline, what's happening in the day, and eventually I want to change it into being like, okay, this is what's happening today, this is where we're going, these are the people we're going to see. Right now he's a baby and maybe he doesn't fully understand these people or correlate the two together, and who knows, maybe he does understand. Something else we did, which I guess this is parenting, we did sleep training. That was a game changing for us. We are so happy we did it because Micah was a horrible sleeper. We started at 3.5 months. Before that he was like contact nap, not contact nap, feed to sleep. It was like kind of all over the place. There was no like actual routine and like what I wanted it to look like. So I had to untrain a few things. So that took a bit of time, but it was worth it. It was really hard, and I think there's a video of me trying to do it and I'm like at my wit's end, but it paid off and I'm so grateful. Another thing we do, and we have been doing since he's been more mobile, whenever he hits his head or hurts himself, we pause and we see how bad it is. If he's like absolutely crying, then obviously he needs comforting. If he bumps himself and it's not too bad, we just wait to see if he can recover on his own, and we just let him cry for a little bit. Most of the time it resolves and then he continues on and he doesn't need a cuddle. But if he's absolutely crying, of course we're going to cuddle him. Another thing we do is eat outside for lunch and breakfast as often as we can, just because I like it. We're going to do that right now. Where's Dada? Mama. Are you excited for your lunch? Ready? Here you go. Say yum. Thank you.
You know, he helps me so much put this stuff on. He puts his arms out to put them in that.
Something else we do, as often as we can, we try and eat as a family. Thank you.
Yummy.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm coming. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me go about some of my chores for today. I hope you learned something, or yeah. If you enjoy these type of videos, I'm going to be doing some more. Also, let me know if you like vlogs as well as these kind of like motherhood videos. Let me know what you're enjoying watching from me, and I'm gonna try and curate what I like to do for this channel as I enter this new season of like motherhood and stuff. We're gonna go hang out this washing, and we will see you next time. Bye guys. Alright, Micah, let's go play with pegs.